back to my sourdough. It's been a long time. I didn't announce when my sourdough was ready, but this is some of the starter that I put to the side. I took some of this from the starter just so I would have some that was handy and easy to get to. Now it's been sitting and it kind of turned a funky color, but that's okay. I'm going to make my first loaf of sourdough bread, and I'm going to use 4 ounces of this. I've got my scale. I have my bowl sitting here on my scale, and I can read when I get 4 ounces. Whoops, that's 4 ounces right on the dot. Yay! I'm not wearing my towels. A sweet sister made these for me. It hangs over my neck, and I've got towels to wipe my hands off on. Now, the next thing you add is 12 ounces of water. Now I'm adding a little more water because they said for whole wheat is going to require more. Stir this up. Okay, now 1 pound and 4 ounces of flour. We're just going to dump this in all at once. There we go. I need something bigger to stir this with. Now, I'm trying to remember the instructions first time I made it. What we do here is we try to incorporate all the flour and get a good even mix. Maybe I should take it off the scales. I don't think I need to mix it on the scales. I knew there was something awkward about that. This is a no-knead recipe, and this is just going to be day 1. After I do this, I'm going to keep incorporating it all to make it into, so it'll be a nice soft dough and pull away from the pan. And he said, yes, you're going to have to get your hands in there and knead it a couple times. Let me stick some flour on my hand. Because when I added that extra water to accommodate the whole wheat, it made it stickier than his was. But I'm trusting this is going to work. I'm sure it's going to work. It is pretty moist. Now, there's a saying that 1 lump of leaven leavens the whole loaf, and that's true. That was just a lump of the sourdough starter. And if you recall, when the slaves in Mitzrayim, when the Israelites had to pack up, they had to leave everything behind, and so they didn't have the right things to make their their bread was, so they had to eat flatbread for a while. And that is, wow. If it takes 7 days to start starter, and if the women had to start their sourdough starter all over again on like the first day they were running, then the 7 days of unleavened bread that we celebrate perfectly lines up with how long the women had to wait before their sourdough starter was ready to go again. Oh wow. I might be way off track here, but I just made that connection. Let me know what you think about the connection. I'm going to cover this and let it sit and let the leavening feed itself all through the flour. Okay, and my mind just got blown away just now. So I'm going to say bye-bye, and I'll come back with part 2 of the sourdough bread. Thank you. Be the bride.